Number 6, Washington Commanders go into Tampa Bay to face the number 3 seed Buccaneers. These two teams have already seen each other during the season. All the way back in Week 1, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers beat the Washington Commanders at home 37-20. Look for a similar outcome in this matchup, but a little bit different play style. This is because Jayden Daniels has had a full season under his belt. That means lots of reps and lots of learning time. To go on top of that, the Commanders are on a 5-game win streak, and the Bucs lost Chris Godwin to a season-ending knee injury. The Commanders have a top 10 offense with 307 yards per game and about 30 points per game. They have a pretty balanced offense with 215 yards per game in the air and 150 rush yards per game. Jayden Daniels, as we all know, is in the line for the Offensive Rookie of the Year. He is the leading passer and rusher for the team. He has 5,400 all-purpose yards, 32 total touchdowns. Terry McLaurin is their wide receiver 1 with 82 receptions, 1,000 yards, and 13 touchdowns. Brian Robinson is the leading running back with 800 rush yards and 4.3 yards per carry with 8 touchdowns. Now their defense is middle-of-the-pack defense with about 330 yards per game and 23 points per game, which is key, and it allows their offense to get by in close games. The standout player on the defense is Bobby Wagner. It is the first year with the team. The veteran leads the team in tackles with 75 solo, which ranks him 23rd in the league. On the Buccaneers side, they are one of the most explosive offenses in the league. They have 400 yards per game and 30 points per game. They maintain a pretty balanced attack with 250 yards in the air and 150 on the ground. I believe they have found their franchise QB in Baker Mayfield. He has 4,500 pass yards, 41 pass touchdowns, and 16 interceptions with a 106 QB rating. The star wide receiver on their team is Mike Evans. He has 74 receptions, 1,000 yards, and 11 touchdowns, and he missed 3 games due to injury. Their next best receiver, now that Chris Godwin is out, is the tight end Cade Otton. He has 56 receptions, 600 yards, and 4 touchdowns. They have an elite running back duo in Bucky Irving and Rashad White. They have combined for 2,500 all-purpose yards, 17 touchdowns, and average 5 yards per carry. The defense is also middle-of-the-pack defense with 340 yards per game and 22 points per game. Levante David leads the team in tackles with 76, which ranks him 21st in the league, and 3 forced fumbles, which ranks him 9th. The keys to victory. For the Commanders, get out to an early lead and let Jayden Daniels get comfortable in his first playoff game, and also win the turnover margin. The Commanders have a +1 differential all season long, while the Buccaneers have a -5 differential. They should be able to win the turnover margin, as Baker does sometimes throw some interceptions, and they need to capitalize off those turnovers. For the Buccaneers, they need to continue to be explosive, and they need to find ways to confuse or stop Jayden Daniels on offense, whether that's different looks pre-snap or different contain packages to make sure he has to use his arm. For this game, I see a high-scoring game. I'm going 37-34 Buccaneers.